Howdy folks, it is Rick. Time for your June 2024 Austin market update. Today we're going to dig into the number of total listings on the market, the number of homes that we have sold, talk about average price, our good old arch nemesis interest rates, and Austin is back to being number one, and we're going to talk about what Austin is number one in. Let's get started. All right, let's dig into the total number of listings. We are once again in record territory. We have a lot of listings on the market. So we are looking at a little over 12,000 listings ending June. Listings should taper down just a little bit over the next few months as we're heading into summer, getting on the backside of summer. Folks are focused on vacations and schools and less are focused on putting homes on the market. But if you are a buyer, amazing time to buy. You have incredible choices to make. Number of home sales. They have fallen off a little bit quicker than we would have thought in June. Normally the summer market tapers off. We see those numbers tapering off in July. Tapered off a little bit early. Probably a couple reasons for that. Interest rates are still a little bit of a concern for folks. We have an election, if you haven't heard of that, coming up. That certainly, especially where we're at these days, creates uncertainty for people. So folks are a little bit cautious about that. So that'll probably cause this year to be a little bit slower than we would have been because people are going to kind of sit back and see what happens with that. Average sales price took a little bit of a dip in June, a little more than we would have thought. Again, this comes down to our incredibly high number of homes that we have on the market. So buyers can certainly be picky and buyers can negotiate some really good deals. So I expect prices to kind of stay moderate for the remainder of the year. And then we'll probably see a little bit more of an uptick as we get into next year. All right, interest rates. Here they go. We actually have some good news here. So let's take a look at interest rates. As of yesterday, they were 6.87. So down about 0.15 of a point in the last 30 days. So that's some pretty good news. There were a couple segments of good news that we had over the last couple of weeks that caused rates to slowly come down a little bit. Next week, the Fed meets. No real anticipation that they will cut rates next week. We will probably see a little more positivity from the Fed next week, indicating that rates are coming. My guess would be we will probably see the first rate drop right around September Fed meet. So it'll be a quarter point drop, a little bit of a nugget for us, and we might even be able to get the Fed to eke out one more, maybe a December type drop, before we get into next year. But here we are. Austin is number one in markets with the most pent-up housing demand. So you can see we are number one, followed by Dallas-Fort Worth. You have Dayton, Ohio, Durham-Chapel Hill. We have Houston coming in at number 6. So a lot of pent-up demand, so that means a lot of buyers are sitting on the fence waiting to buy a home. So I have a feeling that's going to be coming pretty soon. So we could be looking at a pretty interesting 2025. I will have another video coming up here in a little bit that dives a little bit deeper into the pent-up demand and where that is going to take us. Any questions about the Austin real estate market, buying or selling or investing, feel free to give me a call. Thanks.